Before 2000, I was trying, because I was DJing already like 1992, and it was quite unsuccessful the first years. Now I think for me it's very helpful that I had this period of time, you know, like from 14, 15 to actually 23 when I made my first records. And now when I look back, it was a very good thing for me to have this time of pure unsuccess, because I think if you don't have that, then you are not able to abstract when you are successful, what it actually means. I was unsuccessful because I still went to school and I didn't know anybody. I didn't have a lot of money for buying records. I'm not a pop artist, even though maybe my music will appear in pop rolls and pop charts. A musician is the actual term. No, on stage is no acting in a way of that acting in a film, because I know that there are many DJs now, and also female ones, where it's all about the moves they make and stuff while the record is running. I'm actually just in the middle of, you know, what I'm doing on stage, mixing it all together with my little studio there. We have also this camera system now, so that people can see what I'm actually doing. Knowing that everybody can see what I'm doing, you know, even bigger than it is, you know, a small thing on a big stage. That makes me know that I actually just can be as I am when I'm doing this work. I even go more lost and a little bit into what I'm doing than, like, let's say 5 years ago, when I was more like taking care on what's going on and stuff. Yeah, of course you're lonely with yourself, you know. Also sometimes you will play in front of 50,000 people, then you have your shuttle home. It's a very nice hotel, but then at one point the door closes and you are just alone there by yourself, and in this moment you are as alone as somebody who has not played in front of so many people. What happened before doesn't change the fact in that moment. If you become a father, that changes everything. So before you think of it, it needs to be also in style and stuff. I would never do something for money, what, you know, would not really fit to my image and my profile and everything. At this point, when you become a father, you know, you're a father. You have to, you gotta do it, you know, whatever it is. So, of course, you try to play your game like nicely and do only not bullshit stuff. But if you should come to a point where bullshit stuff to do is what's left for you, then you probably have to do it, since you are a father. Yeah, my favorite album is, of course, Berlin Calling, since it has an advantage to all the other albums. It has the film in the background, and it has also songs which were actually not produced for it, and it were like older songs who were actually like 3-4 years before Berlin Calling came out, were just like compiled on it together because it had to do with the movie. So with Berlin Calling, the people have always the second level of things to connect with the music. I'm a big fan of my latest album. I have read it was not so successful, you know, it was like, people thought, what's that? But I think all the people who are actually really into my music like it the best. I'm not a big fan of the 7 album, to be honest. The 7 album is so, you know, my first album with Sony, and now here are the vocals, now do something with it. So, Feel Your Head is a great song, but the album itself, it is not as good as others. Sky and Sand. Yeah, I'm not annoyed anymore. I was annoyed about playing it. In the first 2 years after the movie, you know, seeing that everybody's just waiting for the song Sky and Sand, and when Sky and Sand coming, that made me sometimes feel I actually don't want to play it anymore. But now through the years, it's more than 10 years now, and also it went through so many versions, you know, how I'm gonna play it tonight here, gonna sound much different from the actual song released back then. I, meanwhile, actually like it very much again to play it. But there were some years where I did not. I think the Italians love the Germans in a way, also the Germans love the Italians. It's so looking to the thing you don't have, you know. The Italians look to the north and see how organized everything is, and everything is on time and everything works and functions. And from the north they look to the south, they see how they live. They're not so always just with work. They're able to enjoy their life and their surroundings and everything. They have the good food and everything. So it's like I would not say it's a hate love, but it's a very, very special love, what has to do with admiring the other thing because you don't have it in a way. Champions League, man. I don't have much hope for my team, FC Bayern, for next summer. We don't have a big squad, so. If I would have to bet, I would say Liverpool again, because they have the same team. They have bound the key players another 2 or 3 years to themselves. But you never know. You win because you're so very hungry to win it, and once you won it, something goes back to like 90% and then it's missing. Exactly that 10%.
M2o